All right. Hold still for me, please. There we go. All right. Beulah George Tan, Georgia. Sorry about that. How can I help you today, my dear? I see. A mistake. Well, by all means, do tell me why you being down here is a mistake. Well, let's take a look at your file and see what we find. It does seem like, yes, you had an extensive career working with children. Though one could argue that it was not entirely, how shall we say, a healthy one, a beneficial one, a legal one in many cases, to the point where between children stolen, abused, and murdered while in your custody, I would find it hard to take your explanation of you caring for children seriously. I hardly think that it was a different time is a legitimate excuse for kidnapping children, abusing children, and outright killing children due to that abuse or neglect. The fact that it happened even to one child is a problem. But at one point, you had the highest mortality rate of adoption agencies in your country. So, whether a child was going to be better off in your care or in the custody of their poor, underprivileged biological families is not your call to make. Yes, you certainly did put some families together. Yes, you did provide people with a child to love and care for. However, 5,000 children were stolen by you and your organization. That's a lot. That's a lot of children. That's a lot of families that you destroyed, or at the very least, deeply harmed in the process of this child trafficking enterprise of yours. Yes, yes, I understand that people like Eleanor Roosevelt thought very highly of you at the time. Again, much of that was because they didn't know the seedy underbelly of your enterprise as it was. I am confident that had you been forthright about your methods from the very beginning, you would have found next to no support from anybody anywhere. In fact, that is why you had to basically run off to Texas, is it not? You started catching some heat from, let's see, where were you prior to Texas? Hmm. Do 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 do. Mississippi. My goodness. You know, at the time, you if you made the people of Mississippi angry enough that you had to flee to Texas, you know it's bad. You know it's bad. Um, I so here's the thing, Georgia. Whatever charge you were getting ready to ask me to remove from your file today, we're not going to. Okay? Cuz just from your demeanor in this brief yet far too long of a conversation we've already had to have, I can tell that you are in absolutely no way in a place mentally, emotionally, spiritually where I feel comfortable removing a charge. Because you are clearly showing me that you you haven't done any work yet to really figure out like why you're here. Justifying the this much of the good that you did during your lifetime to ignore all of the bad that you did, because that's a lot of bad. A lot of bad. Um yeah. So, no, whatever it is that you were going to request of me today, denied. Denied. So, fair. No, 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 no. Someone with your record is not going to sit here and whine to me about what is fair. That's just not happening. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood. And you know who else is probably not in the mood for your nonsense? My personal assistant Jack. He has something of a soft spot for children, and to know this about your experiences with children, Jack, Jack, we that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I was going to have you toss her out at some point, but just you took the initiative, and I appreciate that about you. I really do, Jack.